ہم نے الیکشن کرایا بالکل صحیح ہے. وہ انہوں نے کانسیکوینشل ریلیف پہ چلے گئے. کانسیکوینشل ریلیف کو اردو میں کیا فرمائیں گے؟ نتائج اور
عوامل.
ٹھیک ہے, تو وہ زیادہ فوکس ادھر چلا گیا ہے, وہ بیسک بات ختم ہو گئی ہے, پہلی بات. دوسری بات یہ ہے کہ وہ جو ابھی ہم نے, اچھا ایک بات ہم وضاحت کر لیں, ابھی معلوم کیا تھا کہ جو یہ 2 پٹیشنز تھیں, یہ ابھی مزید معلوم ہوا ہے کہ وہ آج لگی تھیں اور آج انہوں نے بیرسٹر علی ظفر صاحب نے تاریخ لی ہے دونوں میں. یہ آج کی پوزیشن ہے. تو جب ایک مسئلہ وہاں کھڑا ہوا ہے تو وہی مسئلہ پشاور جا سکتا ہے یا نہیں جا سکتا ہے.
My lord,
تو تیسری بات جو آئی ہے وہ اس کو نظر انداز کر دیں کہ اگر یہ پٹیشنز نہ بھی تھیں, پشاور ہائی کورٹ کے پاس ٹیریٹوریل یا کانسٹیٹیوشنل جورسڈکشن تھا. اس پہ آپ نے ہمیں کوئی بات نہیں مدد کی.
sir, may I very quickly, my lord,
ان
submit.
کا کہنا ہے کیونکہ ہم نے الیکشن ادھر کرا ہے اس لیے پشاور ہائی کورٹ کا جورسڈکشن ہے.
یہ اس کو سیکشن 20 CPC جو ہے نا, the cause of action partly or wholly arise.
My lord, yes.
Basically, that has been interpreted in so many judgments of the Supreme Court with regard to Article 199 and territorial jurisdiction. اس پہ بھی آپ اپنا, کیونکہ وہ آپ نے ریز کیا ہے تو
Sir, the direct judgment on the point and observation of this honorable court is in the case of Lieutenant General Salahuddin Tirmizi versus Election Commission of Pakistan, where first the
Is it in the books?
My lord, it's there. It's tab 6 in volume 1. And the relevant observation is at page 760.
PLD
PLD 2008 Supreme Court 735. Page 760. I have highlighted the portion, my lord, but I'll read it. 760.
was there some previous cases also?
Yes. In the present case, Election Commission, while discharging functions in connection with the affairs of Federation within the territorial jurisdiction of Islamabad High Court, passed an order in respect of NA20 Mansehra, a constituency of province of NWFP. Therefore, the objection relating to the jurisdiction and maintainability of writ petition before the Islamabad High Court would be of no significance. It may be pointed out that in the light of principle laid down by this court regarding the exercise of such jurisdiction in such situations, the order passed by the ECP, which functions at Islamabad in respect of the constituency of province of NWFP, would be challengeable both before Islamabad High Court and Peshawar High Court. This concurrent jurisdiction is, however, subject to the rule of propriety, according to which a High Court having jurisdiction in a matter, if it has exercised such jurisdiction, the other High Court which has also jurisdiction in the matter may restrain from exercising its jurisdiction. In view thereof, in the present case, propriety demanded that subsequent order passed by Election Commission of Pakistan should have been challenged before the Islamabad High Court, and the jurisdiction of Peshawar High Court should not have been invoked.
پرانے والی بلاگ ہے, سندل بار ہے.
Ji sir, they are all there. This I point out because this is directly an Election Commission case where it was first challenged. The first order was challenged in Islamabad. The second order was challenged in Peshawar High Court. The Supreme Court
They have also said that the concurrent jurisdiction for the both courts.
they've said there is concurrent jurisdiction with both courts, but propriety is that if you have gone to a court once in the case of the first order, then for the second order you should also go to that court.
In concurrent jurisdiction, because the order was passed for the constituency of KPK, therefore they held that the concurrent jurisdiction.
Yes, my lord.
But what do you say in this case where the order has been passed at Islamabad and the elections and the
But this
elections
order is for the whole of Pakistan.
This order is for the whole of Pakistan. It can be challenged.
Now, دیکھیں ان کا elections, suppose you found that the elections of a political party to the extent of the federal offices of Punjab, Balochistan were all right, but only the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, these persons who came said کہ جی ہمارے یہاں صحیح نہیں ہوا. So that would of course give maybe Peshawar High Court. You are not saying that because the Election Commission of Pakistan is based in Islamabad, the primary jurisdiction is Islamabad. That's you're not saying.
No, I am not saying that. What I am saying is that when I passed the first order, invalidating their election.
Where did you pass that order?
23rd, 11th.
Where?
My lord, that order was
in
passed in
Peshawar or
Islamabad.
here?
No, both orders were passed in Islamabad. Both orders were passed in Islamabad. First time round, when the order is passed on 23rd of November, they go and they challenge it before the Lahore High Court. Second time,
Those elections were held in Lahore?
no.
नहीं, वो जो पीटीआई के इलेक्शन वो जो 2022 वाले थे वो कहाँ हुए थे?
जो अंडू हो गए बाद में।
He says.
Is according to ECP's instructions, they were in Islamabad.
First election.
Yes, according to ECP. My lord, the second time round, when the election commission,
देखिए अब हमारा एक और भी ऑर्डर पास हुआ है ना, लाहौर हाई कोर्ट ने पास किया, वो पूरा पाकिस्तान में इलेक्शन रुकवा दिए। ये अपनी टेरिटरी तक तो आप ऑर्डर करें, मगर पूरे पाकिस्तान में आई डोंट नो उसकी कोई रेलेवेंस होगी या नहीं, वो मैटर पेंडिंग है अभी या नहीं पेंडिंग है?
my lord, that matter is pending. That is your lordship's order in
वो
civil.
बहुत जल्दी में लिखा गया ऑन आई थिंक द डे आई वाज लीविंग,
That's the
16
order.
दिसंबर को लिखा है ना?
15 दिसंबर का order है
आई
sir.
वाज लीविंग ऑन 16th early morning.
It's in CPL, civil petition number 4365 of 2023.
हाँ, उसकी रेलेवेंस कोई है इसके?
My lord, the relevance is from the point of view to show to your lordship in terms of the preliminary objection, but may I come to that in a minute as I come to that preliminary objection. On this issue of propriety, this honorable court has said, if you have challenged the order of an constitutional body in one high court, then when that constitutional
We
body
understood that point.
passes, the second order go to the same high court. My lord, the second submission is,
That order will in rem or in personam?
my lord, that order, according to your lordship's jurisprudence, is an order in personam. But if your lordship takes a look at then this of Mr. Justice Jawad Hassan's judgment in the Lahore High Court, where he says this petition is not maintainable unless you challenge the provisions of 215 paragraph 5. Now, my lord, if that is done, if the vires of a petition is challenged, then a notice to the Attorney General.
There is very common phenomenon of this aspect of the case. Sometimes one levy imposed by FBR that is declared illegal by Sindh High Court, but the said levy is affirmed by the Lahore High Court. Even in the case of Semini,
Yes.
there is a distinction of the judgments.
My lord.
One High Court has declared it ultra vires, and while the Sindh High Court has declared it intra vires.
My
So
lord.
in both situations, the judgments are pending and appeals are pending in this court to reconcile.
My lord, yes.
So this is also an aspect of the case, that what is to be done if the one High Court declares this and second High Court declares this?
My
And
lord,
there is a law, is a federal piece of legislation.
I point out.
If I may just think aloud, those importers, they may be importers in Lahore, they may be importers in Karachi. So they have to show some nexus. I mean, if the importer is based in Lahore and the port of entry is Karachi, I don't think Baluchistan High Court will have jurisdiction.
Correct, my lord.
ठीक है?
Yes, my lord.
So probably you have to show some nexus with that territory while
Yes.
you're going to this and not going and you're not shopping for what is the word? That they-
Forum shopping.
Forum shopping. So maybe there is this thing, but I don't think we need to go
No,
into
my
that
lord.
detail. Also, I want to make it clear that we will not consider, because nobody's raised this point, the vires or otherwise of section 215, 215(5) or any
Yes,
other
ma'am.
provision, because that's not under challenge.
Yes, my lord. And
Because, and Lahore High Court has made observations that this can only be done if they are challenged, but has not given a view on the matter that they are in accordance with the constitution or not. So that is for another day.
yes, my lord. Yes, my lord, because if that was the case, I would say in particular.
Don't say it.
All right. But
Say it when that day comes.
generally a issue of.
No. Let's conclude.
Not vires, not
Ji,
vires.
ji.
But generally, if there's an issue with regard to the interpretation of the constitution, even then, under order 27A.
नहीं
of
वो
the-
बात तो अब तो बदल गया, अब तो 5 मेंबर बेंच बनना होगी ना, अब तो वो आईनी उस पे हो जाएगा ना इंटरप्रिटेशन
No,
पे।
I'm saying in the High Court, my lord.
हाँ वो 27A की, वो तो उन्होंने सिर्फ कहा कि अगर मैं ये रिलीफ उस वक्त दे सकता हूँ जब ये चैलेंज हो, और ये चैलेंज नहीं हुआ है तो उसको वो तो उस
ठीक है,
वक्त नोटिस देते कि जब वो चैलेंज होता।
But even the Peshawar High Court
आपने
judgment,
ये पॉइंट लिया है, वहाँ भी नोटिस नहीं किया आप कहते हैं।
no notice to the Attorney General by the Peshawar High Court.
What?
No notice. The federation was not a party.
दिखाएं जरा ऑर्डर दोबारा.
Sir, page 28,
Page
28
This is one of your grounds in the petition.
in the petition.
I must compliment my brother, he's read the, I didn't get opportunity to read it. इसमें पहले बताएं parties किधर हैं?
Sir,
Page,
the parties are there.
on which page? Petition कहाँ है, sorry.
Petition, my lord, is at page
Page 30
page
पर है.
30 to 53, if your lordship may.
I want to see the array of
Yes, my lord.
parties.
They are there on page 31.
ECP is the
Page-
respondent number
Election
one.
Commission of Pakistan.
Pakistan, and then they're all, these are the private complainants, my lord, the PTI complainants, and that's it.
Pro forma respondent.
Former respondents हो गए.
And then your
What
lordship
is
will
the
see,
point?
they go all the
What is the
way,
point involved?
they go all the way to 15.
नहीं तो you were on notice.
My lord, election commission is a party. Election commission is a party. My submission is that if a question arises with regard to the interpretation of the constitution under order 27A of the CPC, a notice to the attorney general is mandatory in view of
No,
the.
but if we agree with you, then we can't hear this case. Then it will be a 5-member bench.
No, my lord, my submission is
नहीं,
this.
ये आप सिंपल कह सकते हैं कि नोटिस देना चाहिए थी
जी।
27 की बस बात खत्म.
बस यही बात
अगर आप मजीद बात करेंगे
नहीं, मजीद नहीं कर रहा.
वो फिर आ जाएगा सेक्शन 4 है या क्या प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रोसीजर एक्ट का.
जी सर, then it will require.
5-member bench,
चलिए.
not less than 5 members.
चले वो आप काबिल वकील आपके नहीं थे उधर.
So there,
I hope you're not saying that the council representing the Election Commission of Pakistan before the Peshawar High Court was not a Kabil.
no, the election commission
Please don't say this.
The election commission of Pakistan was very competently represented. I'm just pointing it out. My lord, the other.
Charlie, that was just a side, don't
My
mind
lord,
us saying so. Ji,
other
khatam.
issue is that a number of respondents were not even served. Respondents number 3, 4, 5, 9 and 11 were not served.
Private respondents को सुना या नहीं सुना? The complainants before you.
Some were heard, but the following number 3, 4, 5, 9 and 11 were not even served.
नहीं, इनके वकील तो थे, देखें 2 and 7 के भी थे, 8 के भी थे, 10
ये
के
तो
भी
बहुत
थे, 12 के
technical
भी
बात
थे
है.
जी सर.
और 13 के भी थे.
अब वो कोई सर्विस अवॉइड कर रहा है, इलेक्शन ही खत्म हो जाए.
3, 4, 5, 9, 11 के नहीं थे, but
नहीं,
that's.
वो बात मेरे ख्याल में ज्यादा इलेक्शन मैटर्स में जरा लचक रखना चाहिए.
All
अगर हम सब पे सर्विस को जान से अवॉइड करेगा कि जी इलेक्शन गुजर जाए फिर मैं सर्विस करूंगा.
My lord, the last submission relates to the technical objection raised. My lord, when your lordship goes back all the way up to the case of Javed Hashmi, your lordship will see it is reported as PLD 1989 Supreme Court.
ELD 1989.
89 Supreme Court, page 396. This is just to show your lordship the title of the parties.
ये आपकी बुकलेट में नहीं है ना?
Sir,
ये बुकलेट
booklet में नहीं है, sir.
जी, इसमें क्या
Because this
दिखाना
was a
चाह रहे हैं?
preliminary objection raised. Now, your lordship may just look at the title of the parties. This is a 5-member bench. Election Commission of Pakistan was the petitioner.
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि ये ग्राउंड नहीं ले सकते हैं.
That is the submission, my lord.
How do you distinguish those two cases
My lord,
that learned senior counsel has cited?
my lord, in neither of those cases relate to the Election Commission. To start with, I would also seek your lordship's leave to place on record a list of 35 cases where your lordships are dealing with appeals filed by Election Commission. And your lordship may already also consider one point.
Please give a list to Mr. Khan Saab. Khan Saab को भी दीजिए. जी.
And your lord-
पेंडिंग तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा ना.
नहीं, sir.
फिर भी आ सकता है.
Disposed of the list. And your lordship may also see your lordship's judgment on
नहीं,
22nd.
इससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Decided.
जी sir, 2nd of January.
Disposed of, I don't know what it means. It could be dismissed for non-prosecution.
सर ये डिसाइडेड थे, ये अभी जो मोस्ट रीसेंट है ये 2 जनवरी 2024 का है बाय दिस वेरी बेंच.
ये देखिए बुनियादी सी बात है. I don't know. If you can be sued, so can you sue. I mean, ये तो बड़ा अजीब सा होगा ना. You can be sued, suffer the consequences, and you can't even appeal.
And the
I don't know. It's not.
the
It doesn't
second
sound fair.
the second submission would be
या तो कहेंगे you can't be sued. फिर तो वो उनको मसला खड़ा हो जाएगा. You can't file a writ against ECB.
My lord, the reason why I pointed out federation and all that was that when your lordship looked at the array of parties on page 31, the only official party is the election commission. If I cannot sue, then a judgment which will relate to
कमीशन जावेद हाशमी के केस में इलेक्शन कमीशन ने चैलेंज किया था लाहौर हाई कोर्ट मुल्तान बेंच का जजमेंट जो रिट पिटीशन में फाइल हुआ.
जी सर.
रिट पिटीशन में
My lord, and it stands to reason, because in this case, if your lordship examines page 31, I am the only official respondent who is there. If I can't challenge it, then there can be no challenge, and the Peshawar High Court judgment will have finality, and your lordships will have no power under 185.
Now, we could probably carve out an exception, which I don't think would be applicable, would be if an allegation of a personal nature is made against a particular member or members of the Election Commission of Pakistan, that you as Election Commission cannot challenge it, that particular member, suppose the writ of quo warranto, but you can't hold office. So naturally, it doesn't affect the Election Commission of Pakistan, and that member may challenge it, but not the Election Commission. But I mean, I don't know, does it not stand to reason if you can be sued, so
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
sue?
That is our submission. That is our submission, and the
And the two cited judgments were dealing with statutory bodies,
yes.
so I don't know how persuasive they are.
This is-
Anyways, we keep our mind open.
This is an electoral body which makes all these decisions in the
Got
state.
it. Anything else?
That's all.
चलिए आइए खान साहब, आप कल शुरू करना पसंद फरमाएंगे? आप कल शुरू करना पसंद फरमाएंगे या आज? आपकी मर्जी है. Fresh? You look tired. We are also tired.
Your Lordship was very kind to offer that